DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
You're listening to INCRadio.
Broadcasting live from Chicago, Illinois. DZEM 954 AM station. Here to bring you great conversations about faith, people, places, culture, and recent events all around the district. Join us on YouTube at INCRadio.org. Hello, Northern Midwest and the rest of the world. It's time to get this show started.
It's time to get this show started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who's tuned into INC Radio Northern Midwest Satellite Studio here on this wonderful Saturday. I am one of your hosts for today, Abriel Romero from Bloomingdale, Illinois, District of Great Lakes. We're glad to have you here in our broadcast, and to those who are messaging in our YouTube live chat already, thank you so much for tuning in. From Bloomingdale, from Lake County, from Park Ridge. I see you all there in our YouTube live chat. Continue to let us know where you're from with your local congregation's hashtag. And if you're outside the district, just let us know where you're from as well. But it is not just us, and not just me and you guys who are tuned in. I also have my co-hosts with me this afternoon. Let's go about an hour's drive northwest of here to Rockford. Let's say hi to our brother here with us. It's a reversal this time.
Everyone. Welcome to INCRadio Northern Midwest. Also, I'm John Cruz live here from Rockford, Illinois, here in the district of Great Lakes. And it's not just the two of us today, right?
Nope. We're gonna go to the hand. We're going to the hand. Is that even the right phrase to use? But we'll go near the thumb of the hand and say hi to Tony from Sterling Heights. Hi, Tony.
I wish I was at the because the water there is actually really nice over in the Michigan. But hello to everyone who's tuning in to INC Radio Northern Midwest. Tony Rose Valenzuela here, broadcasting from Sterling Heights, Michigan. Always excited to be here with all of you, especially for our topic today. Anytime our topic has to do with the good advice, I'm always excited to hear what everyone has to say. Abe.
Yes. Which, I mean, we can talk about it, but we sought advice from the parents out there who are who we know and those in our local congregations, because our topic for this afternoon is back to school shopping. Okay. I mean, the three of us were, outside of school. No, we're not in school anymore, right? Am I mistaken? We're all done.
Yes. I mean, if anything, we're doing, for me, I'm doing like online programs, just to learn a new skill, but no, not officially in school.
Okay, I was thinking, but you don't need to go.
It's more of like you can do it at home kind of thing.
I wish I was able to do that. I mean, I didn't have that convenience of staying at home to do. I had to go to my classes on campus. I mean, I guess a lot of it was lab work anyway, so I can't really do that at home. But with all of those classes that I had to take, not only did I have to plan that out, we also had to think about how to spend wisely when it came to the classroom, and not just the stuff in the classroom, but for us, our personal wants maybe could be a want, to get ready for the upcoming school year. And so
Or just to save up those extra lunch money, right? for the school year.
Exactly. I mean, we could talk about lunch first. I mean, because we, Northern Midwest, we like to talk about food all the time. But we want to start with lunch first, or even just preparing before school actually starts, right?
Actually, from our attires, one of the things she did mention is if your kids eat better, if their food is warm, then invest in the thermos type food containers. So I think you'll mostly see them being those stainless steel, like they look like
Mm-hmm.
stainless steel
Yes.
lunch boxes, and yes, those are if they have that that what do we call it, insulation, like isolation thing, like it
Yeah,
insulates the heat. It insulates the
yeah.
heat inside the thermos, and yeah, it's like if like it's a good way to keep their food warm, right, for
Mhm.
their lunch break. But you did mention if they're the type to misplace things a lot, then it might not be worth it buying a high end drink bottles or high. She said high end, but I think she meant expensive,
Mhm.
expensive water bottles and utensils and lunch boxes.
No. I was gonna say if you're like me and clumsy and just drop it a lot and just prone to maybe breaking it, then maybe get
Get more
something a little more.
durable stuff.
Yeah, I'm probably the one to like spill on accident if I if I had my open thermos. I don't know if you guys remember, but at least when I was younger, I would have the thermos of maybe like sinigang that my mom or my lola would make.
I'll have it like on my lunchbox because my lunchbox was the one with like layers, so there'll be like rice and then whatever
Oh,
as
okay.
ulam or side dish my mom cooked would be like there all in one. But I did have like I did have my own water bottle as well. Nothing fancy though, nothing fancy.
Very true. And I mean, like I know we had like a couple of the days wherein like you had like a special lunch maybe, but most days it would be stuff that I would bring from home, which
Andrew Wine said a steel thermos for soup may be a good investment. I would say, especially, let's say you're maybe in high school or your kids are in high school, or if you're also like in college, right? Like,
Mhm.
and just want something that you can eat quickly, right? Probably soup is the best meal to have on the go. But yes, a steel thermos that keeps your food warm is a good investment. And actually, this one of the things that was mentioned, I saw it. I think it was from Ate Rachel. She said
Mhm.
coupons.
Ah,
Coupons is a good way to save up on like your spendings when it comes to like when you're doing your back to school shopping.
mhm. And I mean, it's not just for lunches, right? I mean, because you could use coupons on the food and buying your foods in bulk. Like if you're a sandwich type of person, right, you could just buy all the bread, all the deli meat that you have, large
Oh,
jars of peanut
bread.
butter and jelly if you wanted.
I would say like the perishables maybe don't buy them all at once because you would like buy as much as you think you'll need. Like let's say
Mhm.
it has like about a month long expiration date, then yeah, buy like one for like the month because you'll be able to use all of them before the month ends. So yeah, but actually, it's one of the things that I think it was Atalasi who mentioned it. She said, buy, buying. Oh no, it was actually Atara. She said, buying things in bulk, and she actually added to that, branching out to other parents. She said, make friends and maintain friendships with the parents of your kids, and be involved in the parent groups. You can organize a group bulk purchase of supplies, and everyone saves. So yes, if you, like let's say maybe one of you has a membership into one of those, like those I don't know if we can call them grocery stores, but the ones that sell things in bulk, right?
Yeah.
Like you can buy your supplies there, maybe organize, a little bit of a group purchase, a group bulk purchase, and you can all share it. Like you'll all be able to save up for the shopping that you're about to do in your
That's very
freaking friends.
true. I mean, and like it's like what you mentioned too. It's not just the food that we can buy in bulk. It can be, supplies, like all the pencils. I know I like to have like the mechanical ones, not just like the number two wooden ones. Although I don't know if it's just me, but
For me, I use a lot of these.
oh yeah, there you go, the number
It's a
two.
lot of these.
I don't know if it's just me. Maybe for those in our live chat, they can comment on this too. But when you find that one brand that like writes just right of the pen or the pencil. And you're like, I need to buy this one for the school year. This is the one I need to have. I can't be any other brand. Um, and sometimes, when they break easily and you just get really disappointed, or if it is a pen and you run out of ink, and then you get really
That's why I
disappointed.
always have extras. I have two or three extras on my
Well, mine
bag.
get taken.
Mhm.
Mine gets mine
Oh,
gets stolen. I can't find them anymore.
or borrowed, borrowed,
Borrowed. Yeah.
borrowed, but they forget to, to give it back. They're like, okay, it's fine. Which can happen. It can happen. So I would say like it's good to have like two or three extras of like that. The things that you might need in your school. Actually, both parents, sister Ate Leslie and Ate Iris, they both
Mhm.
mentioned something similar. Is buying things early, especially if you have access to the supply list that you would need for your kids' upcoming school year. She said to buy it early because when you buy them in season, like the back to school season, you
Mhm.
can spend about 40%, up to forty
Oh
percent
wow.
more. I think is what Ate Iris mentioned. So like if you have the list early or you have a good idea of like
Mhm.
things you would need like notebooks, pencils, pens, markers, crayons, whatever you think they might need, it might be a good idea to buy them early as well, right?
That's a good point. Yeah, um it's similar to the way like clothes work. Like if they are in season, like if you bought a jacket during winter, right, it's gonna
Oh,
be a
that's
higher
good.
price. But if you're, buying like shorts or like swimwear during the winter, then it's gonna be cheaper. So yeah, it works the same way. So
I,
s-
I I do my shopping that way. I always buy like out of season. Like
oh
I buy my summer clothes in the winter and my winter clothes in the summer because they're way they're way cheaper and that way. So that's also good. Good.
I mean that's
I
another
know.
way to get the kids involved too in the shopping, right? Like I know I used to when I was younger, I used to be the one to be like, I need to have new shoes. I need to have these name brand shoes so I could show them off to all my classmates at the beginning of the school year. But it doesn't work that way too much anymore. I mean, no one really notices. I mean, they might, but
Mm.
not really. But as long as they're comfortable, I think
I
is
don't
the main goal.
like. I don't know because for me, I didn't. I would say I didn't pay attention to like my clothes until I was in college. I didn't pay attention to like my clothes
Really,
until I was in
I
college.
would
Like
think that'd
I let my
be.
parents buy whatever clothes they think would fit me.
Because I would think that's kind of like different because like in college, like if you're just gonna not to say this was me, but if you wake up right before class and then you'll just go in like whatever you slept in, then it doesn't really matter. But I would think, well, at least for me, like it was more towards high school or like
Mm.
those years where we're in, I was more conscious of what clothes I was wearing. And I did lean towards name brand at times, but like what you were saying too.
Oh, she
It
did
leans
mention
into.
for college. She
Mhm.
mentioned buying
Ah,
slightly used books. Like if you really need
oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, like, I would say if you really need it, but I should at the last I mentioned that if you have the option to rent, then you should rent or buy used textbooks, especially if you don't intend of keeping them around for reference.
Oh, that's very
It's
true.
usually I know, yeah, you'll find. I know sometimes there's like a specific edition, so maybe you would need to buy like a new textbook. But
right.
if there's an option to, if you have an option to buy maybe a slightly used or even like rent it. I know there's places where you can rent like
Hmm.
it for the semester like
Right.
really cheap. Like,
Hmm.
like that would be a good investment, especially like I said, especially if you don't intend on keeping them around for reference.
Yeah.
If you're only gonna use them for that school year and not really something that you'll keep around. Andrew Wayne said, or
Hmm.
Wine, sorry if I mispronounced your name, just let me know. He said, buying winter clothes at the end of winter is often the best way, as some retailers are desperate to clear space for spring clothes. That
Yes.
is that is true. That clearance sales is like I would say when I go clothes shopping, especially for like school, like at the
Mhm.
start of like school year, like you'll see a lot of clothes in the clearance aisles, and that would be from last season that you
Right.
would be able to use next season. There might be slightly used, or sometimes even just the clothes that don't sell that they'll sell for like really like up to I would say up to 50% of the original
40%.
price. So you'll be saving up a lot.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember those days. It's not like the department stores only who do that. I remember when I was in college, like they would have it on campus too, like those kind of sales. And so, I was looking out for, whenever those sales happen, just so I could have, more school pride and wear, gear from my school at a cheaper price. So, be aware of what your school does too, to when it comes to, the school merch. If they have the sales, do go ahead and buy them. But I remember having or buying, like the supplies on campus, and that is not something I would
Bad
recommend.
idea.
Nope. I would not do that.
I would say it'll usually be more expensive, I guess, because they still have to bring it right to. I know. Like it includes the delivery cost of bringing it to the school. So,
Yeah, yeah. But when it came to those calculators, though,
yes, like is it in high school where you need that? Is it called the scientific calculator?
scientific
The
calculators,
one, the,
yeah,
the one that's like really expensive.
with all of the buttons that you don't know the mathematical function for. You're like, what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't think I'm ever gonna use that button. But
Do you think
yeah,
you
that's what
can buy
happened.
those cheaper too, right? Maybe buying a used one.
Hmm.
Like, what was your strategy for that?
Well, at first, because I didn't know anyone who had one, so I did end up buying a
Oh,
new one at first. But I did keep that one over the years until there came the point where I was like, oh, your calculator doesn't have this function. You need to go buy the new one. So I was
mm.
like,
So
that's
that
so sad.
no, that brings up another point though. Buying something that's durable, something
Hmm.
you can use for years to come, right? I
Yes.
know one of the comments at Leslie said that made me laugh. She said, buy quality backpacks that will
Oh
last over
yes.
many school years. And she said that she still uses the backpack she used
Hmm.
in high school. So that's how durable that backpack was.
It is. Yeah, I think I still have it might be over there. Like I use it for like when I go on trips now, but like those backpacks that I used during school, yeah, I still have them. Ones with like all the pockets for carrying every book that I needed, with all the folders with every homework assignment that I had. So yeah, as long as they were very spacious, yeah, that's how I would weigh out using them in the long term. Yep.
Hopefully there's that now. And what if, I'm trying to think of like something we missed. Oh, at Rachel mentioned this is just going back on the books
Hmm.
conversation of like college books. I didn't know you can do this. Can you trade? You can trade in your books,
Yeah.
like old books for I know
Hmm.
for the new ones. Is it like you trade it in and you get it like you get the new books like cheaper for a cheaper price? Is that it? Or do you
Um,
just you give in like the old books and they give you the new books for free?
I don't think they would give you the new book for the same price, honestly. But maybe for like a lower price, but I don't think it would be equal. But yeah, you're there's lots of hidden treasures at school that you could take advantage of. So, because I know school season is, if not here already, coming very soon. So I hope everyone in YouTube live chat has been taking notes if any need to. And thank you for sharing your tips and advice too, when it comes to school shopping. And don't forget to study hard. The extra tip.
Study hard.
Not just in shopping that you need to be conscious of, but of course, do well, do as best as you can in school, so you can have all the good grades. Um, And then I was gonna say then your parents will like treat you out to dinner or something if you got like an A on the test or something. But
You never know. You never know.
you
My
never.
parents used to do that. Like when I would get like exceptionally good grades, which I did not
Ah,
get a lot of
oh,
back then. But that's what made it special. That's what made it special when I would get like the especially high grade.
here you go. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Um, and now to go on to our next segment. We've got lots of activities, not just in the District of Great Lakes, but also Northern Plains that we want to share, upcoming and recent. I think we have the one we're ready to show coming up very soon. Um, Last week, yeah. Speaking of last week, right? We had Bloomingdale and Naperville, my local congregation, and shout out to Leslie, who is from Naperville. We had our CWS Children's Worship Service Aquarium tour in downtown Chicago at the Shed Aquarium. I'm not sure if either of you guys have been there. I know maybe not Tony,
I
because
have not.
you're a bit far away.
I've been wanting to go to like an aquarium though. So was it like really good? Like there's a lot of like variety of like animals that you can see there.
Yes, a lot of variety and like of all ages, I'm sure. Like the last time I went was I can't even remember the last time that I went, but even still just seeing all the creatures like walking through, like that tunnel, that's always something I like to do.
Where you walk around. Oh, is that a dolphin show?
Yes. Yeah, they do have that at the Shed Aquarium, so yep, with all the trainers there, and you just be able to watch the dolphins, the whales, right? Then watch them do all cool tricks. It was a lot of fun, and it was even more fun sharing this activity together with Naperville. Because we're about, I'd say, 45 minutes, an hour away from each other, and so just being together and
It looked like they had like a lot of fun. Yeah, so for upcoming, we have the District Games on September 2, Binhi Skincare Seminar on September 27, Family Cooking Activity on October 13, Binhi Branch of Day on October 19, the Family Fun Day. The date is still to be announced, and the Kadeo Formal on October 26. But that's for here in Great Lakes. How about in Northern Plains?
Yeah, they've got similar activities to us. Today or this weekend actually, Minneapolis and St. Paul are enjoying the nice weather, the summer weather, with their summer social. Tomorrow, we want to give a big shout out to the local congregation of Kansas City, who is celebrating their 40. No, is it 24th? I know they've been around
24th.
for.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, that's 24th anniversary.
Maybe I got my dates wrong, but happy local anniversary to Kansas City. And then they also have their Unity games. Both of us have Unity games on September 2. So we're not going to be together, sadly, but we each have our own. I believe the one in Northern Plains is in Iowa, whereas ours is just going to be a little bit north of here in the Waukegan, Gurnee area, if you're familiar. So like northern Illinois, close to the Wisconsin border. So we hope to see everyone there. And I know all of us have been practicing to do as best as we can for those days.
Yes, but up next is our CSD. This is your sign. So let's find out what our CSD department is going to teach us this week.
This is your sign.
Hello everyone. For the sign of the week, we're actually going to be signing two words. We're going to be signing the words school and high school. So for the word school, what you're going to do is you're going to have your dominant hand over your indominant hand, and you're going to clap twice. So school. And for the other word, high school, what you're going to do is you're going to hold your dominant hand like this, and you're going to turn it and form this. So high for the high 9 to 12, and then do school after that. So high school. Thank you for joining us for this week. Hopefully We'll see you next week. Bye.
This is your chance.
Nice. Thank you. Shout out Brother Caspin from Bloomingdale who helped us with this week's 2 words for sign of the week. And coming up next, what everyone I believe is looking forward to. We see lots of you in our YouTube live chats contributing for the hashtag challenge. So we'll see what happens next week for this week's results. But let's see who's won last week for the hashtag challenge.
Ooh, that's honorable mentions first, of course, to Wantaris, Lani, Yevitas, and Jordan, who was thank you for tuning in with us last week.
Woohoo!
And in fourth place is Sterling Heights with Sister Sophia de Jesus, winning the individual. In third place is Louisville. It's Lily Romero. Who's in the second and first place? Just like to win second place with Brother Noel. Sorry, you're winning the second place.
Congratulations! Woo!
And in first place is
Yay!
Weiser winning the individual first place.
Yay!
Run, Rachel, go! She's
That's
such a
right.
trooper.
That's great.
Love you, Rachel.
So congratulations all to everyone, not just to those who won, of course, our hashtag challenge, but to everyone. I enjoy seeing the creative, what do you call that? Creative, like, hashtags that you come up with every week for our topics here in INCRadio. But yes, we do hope that you enjoyed today's show. We hope that you learned something, or maybe just even had fun in the 30 minutes that we had. But before we close, actually, before I extra us for our show, just wanna see or just wanna mention this one comment from Sister Maria Lopez saying, "Happy birthday po to Ka Herman Cache and Ka Elsa Villacruz." And yes, just before we close off our show, of course, we won't close up without saying thank you first to the special people who make our special thanks to the people who make our show possible. Sorry, I'm struggling with my words today. To our district ministers here in Great Lakes, Brother Arthur Piagad, our assistant district minister, and Brother Erman T. Bendisio, our district minister, and there in Northern Plains as well, to Brother Elmer Barangao, their district minister, and of course to the rest of the district staffs as well. And a very special thank you to Brother Angelo Eugenio V. Manalo, our SEBC president and CFO coordinator, and most especially to Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister. Up next is INCRadio Oregon, and we'll see you again next week. Stay phenomenal, everyone, and have a very good back to school shopping to all the parents and, of course, all the kids out there as well. We'll see you guys again next week.
Bye.
You may see us on INCRadio Oregon, maybe. Tune in. Thank you, everyone.
from rising every morning to face the unknown, embarking on a path where the outcome is uncertain. Or starting over when you've hit rock bottom. There are many factors that can hinder us every day. But what keeps us going? What gives us courage? The presence of our friends and loved ones? Doing good work reminds us of the vitality of life. Living our purpose and fulfilling our duties inside the Church of Christ.
This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or iglesianicristo.
Welcome to INC Radio Oregon, where our brethren from different parts of Oregon, Washington, California,